back. I mean, we could see you fine, but you couldn't see
Okay,
us.
good.
So
I just didn't see this at all. I was like, where did it go?
okay, so we're talking about
Not
the Aquarius.
vodka, it's
It's not
water. Anybody?
right. I know I was playing with Madeline earlier, joking on her, telling her it looks like she's taking swigs of vodka.
Yeah.
Okay, Aquarius New Moon. We've got that at 5:59 p.m. on February the 9th. And it's the first supermoon of 3. It's a snow moon. And the Aquarius energy of this new moon, so it's like, so this new moon is when the sun and the moon are hanging out together in the sign of Aquarius, and it's a new start. It's a fresh beginning. And Aquarius has a lot to do with friends, with social media, with people connecting. And so if you think about it in terms of people and in terms of coming off of that Leo creative, self-expressive energy, now you're in this energy of new people, new groups. And now maybe you're in a place or a position when you're really able to express yourself fully, and a whole new world of people opens up for you, or people see you in a new light, and you're able to connect with them or share something on social media that you didn't feel you had the courage to do before. This also deals with humanitarianism. So there might be a push for some people to share in a new way or to support some humanitarian efforts. It's people. You know, Aquarius is for the people, by the people. So there's a lot of a push for a new beginning in terms of that higher mind perspective when it comes to how you are engaging with others. I know for me, when I tune into this energy, it's also around some financial aspects of being able to put my money towards products and companies that are aligned with my values versus I'm looking for the best price, which is always great. You know, you always want to get the best price, but being willing maybe to pay a little bit more to support a company that's really looking out for everyone, not just their bottom line. And then also remembering, because this is Aquarius, there will be a focus on the groups that you're a part of, the people that you're around. And I'm also noticing some of that energy coming up when it comes to the friends in your life. You know, is there a peeling away because maybe of your self-expression from the Leo full moon, where they're like, what's up with you? Like, what is that about? I don't know about that. And some people may peel away while new people may come in. So, and the supermoon energy, it's a big energy. We're going to really, really feel it more so than your typical moon cycle. So, and Madeline was sharing before we came on live that this may feel a bit challenging for folks. So be prepared for that feeling of, oh gosh. And again, a reminder, stay in faith, stay in trust, be adaptable, breathe, know everything is happening for you and it's lining you up for your divine destined future. So, Madeline?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Basically, this is going to be a mass awakening, new moon. It's basically, I'll read you. It's basically sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelations, awakening, personal transformations, fear of change, averting disaster. Woo! I pulled the Tower card on it. Yep, it's basically breakthroughs, big breakthroughs. Sudden releasing of situations that are confining or constricting, sort of breaking, being done, this is a big emancipating energy, liberating energy. This is, you're going to see, this is probably a new moon that we're going to see in the mundane, which is the world. You're going to see people, anybody that hasn't gotten on board with their independent path right now, or anybody that hasn't woken up to the system being corrupt or the system not being for the good of the people, are probably going to join in now. This is where everybody's minds come together and collectively pull together and are ready to make the changes and the breakthroughs that we need to do. Another bird flying up on that. And it's basically a desperate to escape, a burning building. That's a Tower card. It's because it's squaring Uranus. So should we share the screen? Shall I show everybody?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and this, and too, with the square with Uranus, like expect the unexpected. There
That's
will be
correct.
surprises.
Yes. You know, we always love to be positive, but we got to be real. That, you know, the eclipses that are coming up, the Uranus Jupiter conjunction coming up, we're
In
going
April.
to see a lot of changes in the world. We're going to see rapid, all of a sudden, changes to the new Earth, breakdowns of old systems, breaking down systems that just don't work for us in our lives anymore, systems that don't work in the public for the people. Like you say, it's for the people. It's liberation. This is when new beginnings occur, where people wake up and go, oh my gosh, we're going to have to start growing our own food. I know that sounds pretty scary, but these are the changes that it's time for us to make. These are changes we haven't taken. Some people have, some people haven't, but these are, I think all the people are, because it's clear. Now, as catastrophic as it may seem in your own personal life, or in an area, depending on your chart, we'll go through it, where a radical shift and change has to occur, it is going to be for the highest good. So it is the shaking down of instability. Again, it's the same theme with these fixed houses, these planets transiting the fixed houses, Pluto being in a fixed sign now. So what's Pluto doing? So let's look at the chart. So there's that square, that Uranian square. Now, this is a little bit of a precursor of what's going to happen when Jupiter and Uranus meet at 21 degrees on April 20th. And then we're going to have in this, let's just look at this for a minute. We're going to have this Uranus squaring the moon and the sun. Waking up, massive wake ups, breaking out of the old paradigm. This is the big new moon. And the nodes are trining. The nodes are trining the new moon. So we're setting ourselves onto the correct destined path, our true trajectory, the universally supported new direction in our lives. It's in the sign of Aries, the nodes, which takes us again in the leadership position. People are much more in their autonomy because of that Pluto coming out of Capricorn. People have believed there's autonomy. People are independent now. People have the mentality. People are awake to the corruptions in the systems that are not working on our behalf. Power to the people when Pluto is in Aquarius. So now we're going to be in a collective state, because collectively we've been divided, right? Politically, and you know, I guess it plays out mostly politically, but I think you're going to see a galvanizing. I think both sides are going to see the problems of the both extreme separating opinions. And we're going to see from another perspective. We're going to look at both sides and we're going to go, whoa, I see that both sides does not bring us leadership that we need right now. Both sides are failing us on some level. And that we have to, as the people, we have to come together, because all the people, we all want the same things. We all want a roof over our heads. We all want good food. We all want good schools for our children. The people, we all want the same things. I don't care what side of the political divide you're on. You want the same thing as your fellow man. And there's nothing wrong with the person on the other side of that argument. They just maybe didn't see it. Now we're going to see it. We all see it. And we come together because we realize that's our hope, is as a collective to come together to farm and create better food, and to bring local growing, and to create better communities, and to maybe a lot of people are going to splinter from the grid and create their own communities in their own lands and in their own areas. And there's a rapid independence. This is the new beginning, where we initiate the new independent, the new earth, and we, the people, do what is better for the world. And we're not waiting for the system anymore. And we break free from it. And we, you see, the corrupt system can go forward in its non-good ways by the people in those systems, creating it, doing it. Well, now we're going to see the people not doing it, not supporting it. And it has no power then. They can't do it. So now the people are going, whoa, work together. We're banding together now. We're going to make the world better. We're going to do what we need to do. So it's potential something happens in the world here on this new moon that wakes us all up, or in our personal lives. the system fails us or something happens and we say, wow, we got to get together here and fix this. And we're going to have support from the nodes. So,
the way
now
you're
we
describing this, Madeline, feels so huge in terms of the awareness that people will have, possibly based on some significant event
if possible, yes.
that is going to literally completely shift their mindset,
Right.
their perspective about the excuse me, the world that we live in,
Yes.
the life that they lead, and
Yeah.
be more aware of the, you know, one thing that was that I was hearing was, we'll be more aware of the interconnectedness of all, you know, of all beings, of all our actions, you know,
Yeah.
how we engage in the world and how we treat one another and how we choose to live our lives and how that affects everyone, and how there is this like web and this it almost looks like this like thread that connects, a golden thread that connects everyone together.
Yeah. Because we're going to wake up to how we've enabled the system to not, for instance, trash, for instance. We just expect the government to clean up the trash. Well, now the people wake up and go, no, we have to clean up the trash.
Yeah.
Because there's trash everywhere. I mean, I see it. There was a period when there was no trash. I remember I was looking at it going, wow, in like the 80s and early 90s, it was really lit, but now you see much more plastic everywhere blowing out of the trash can. Maybe we all wake up and say, no, we don't wait for the trash truck to come. Maybe we stop buying plastic collectively. We find an alternative. You know, that's why I drink out of glass water bottles. I don't drink out of plastic water bottles. So we're going to see changes. There's no choice. So now there's a lot of positives here because of those nodes trining again. And then we still, what have we got going on? Saturn is the ruler of this new moon. Saturn is sextiling Jupiter. That's a very nice thing. That's very positive. And we've also got, let me pull this over here. We've got Saturn sextiling Jupiter. So again, there's going to be an open flow, an assistance. We've got Uranus trining Venus, good money. So there's going to be a financial improvement. We're going to improve the finances through this, through our financial stability. It might even be that we see how to become more financially stable through our own independent way. And because of that trine to Venus and the Jupiter, the sextile to Jupiter, we do get, you know, listen, the universe is going to financially support us to change the world. We are going to get Jesus and God behind us, no matter what you believe. I'm not religious, but you know, the stars to me are Jesus. Jupiter is Jesus to me, and God is the sun. I mean, I'm not religious, but what I mean is there's support here. There's a energetic, spiritually abundant support for us to make these changes. So you're going to find when you align with the new paradigm, you have the universe behind you, helping you. And so we're going to see beautiful support here. So I don't want to be really pessimistic about it, but there's intensity around this. Mercury, you know, Mars is going to hit Pluto soon after that, which is intense. So could be rebellion. I hope not violent. I pray for people to be passively Aquarian. This is a cycle that we were in 240 years ago when the American Revolution happened. Okay. So now, but we were still in the Piscean era. Now we're leaving Piscean era. We're going to the era of Aquarius, which is more passive, which is the galvanized people. So I think we're entering a peaceful revolution just by what's that word? Passive resistance, passive non-compliance. So, you know, how will it change in our personal lives? I guess we should do that now. Go through it all. Again, we don't want to be afraid. We want to be proactive, not afraid, just proactive.
The other thing I keep hearing too, based on what you just shared about the peaceful revolution, is also nonviolent communication, like being aware of how we communicate with people and the words that we choose, because I believe that our words they have power, and our words are almost like these spells that we cast out into the world. And so be very aware of what words you use and what you say, and be in a place of, you can be in a place of self-sovereignty and be able to create boundaries for yourself without being harsh or mean or hurtful to other people, where I think that's where we can get in these, like, in sticky situations.
Well, I like that you bring that up, because Aquarius is the energy of very friendly, very social, but not emotionally dependent, emotionally sort of detached, a little bit cold.
Mhm.
But that's okay, because you have your family, you can be warm. And as a collective, we don't have to all be in love with each other and intimate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Emotionally intimate. I don't mean sexually intimate, but close. But we can get along in that energy. And getting along is people are going to wake up to how we've been divided through opinions that doesn't matter now. We don't, it's, who cares? What matters is that we make the world better. We've got to, and fix things. And this is that point where we enter that soul contract, that new earth thing, where we're really taking bold new initiatives to step forward, and we are collectively supported. You're going to find, like, for instance, if you step up and do something and initiate, it's going to help the world. If I use the trash as an example, and you have a concept and you lead it, you will be financially supported from randomly ways. You're going to find people are supporting you financially to fix that problem. And then people just step in, and everybody joins in and gives what they have, what they can do. You know, I know where I live in Northern Idaho, that's very much the mentality. Like if the weather goes down, and everybody's very supportive of what, and everybody has something they can contribute. And that's what we're looking at here with this new paradigm, where everybody gives what they've got. Like, I don't have a lot of things, I don't have everything, but I can give astrology, or I can give support in helping people's charts or whatever. So we've all got something we can throw into the mix to help fix the problem that might come up here.
Well, and I feel like that also is such a beautiful counterpoint to the last moon cycle in Leo, where people were able to actually access their gifts and talents to be able to express themselves, and then and recognize that coming into this Aquarius new moon and this energy of cooperation and collaboration and working together, you know, knowing what it is that you have to give. And again, it's that interconnectedness of all.
Yes. You
Yeah.
know, so if the finances, if there's going to be a radical shift in financing, because it's happening in the sign of Taurus. So what you find is the true currency is the people, you know, and what we have to give, and our energy and our work ethic. So we land on our feet. We land very, very square on our feet, because we're all in our power now from that Pluto in Capricorn. So
all right,
that's the breakdown.
All right, so we're gonna zoom through the signs. Yeah, we so Madeline, I think we've got just like a little over 30 minutes. I think
Okay,
I know we can do it.
Yep, we can. Yep, in the name of humanity, in the name of the world coming together. Let me just get it to the house of Aries here. Come on.
Okay.
Don't take me for
And so I am using the spirit of, what is it called? The spirit of the animals oracle.
Nice.
So and for the Leo new moon, I used the flower cards. So I decided for this one, I was gonna mix it up a little bit and bring in two different types of energy. So Madeline, whenever you are ready.
Yeah. Aries are going to lead and bring people together, and bring groups of people together, because this Aquarius covers their 11th house. They're going to be leaders in a tribe. new moon, they could meet new tribe members and initiate new beginnings or on their social media. They might step forward and bring a cause and improve humanity and take on a cause and bring it forth into social media. And Aries are your bold leaders anyway. They carve new paths on this planet. They're initiators. They take bold new initiations involving the 11th house. They probably lead people, bring people together around some kind of a cause and pull it onto social media and find a lot of success with that, because when we walk and motivate from the right place, we're going to be universally supported by all the planets. And by the way, on this new moon, there's a lot of planets in Aquarius, there's a real huddling of energy. I'm just going to quickly pop that in and just show you. Look at all these planets in Aquarius during that time at the end degree.
Lots.
Yeah. So we've got this huddle here. So, there's a lot of support in the Aquarian house of your chart.
All right. So Aries, you have the dolphin energy, and what the dolphin, if you think about dolphins, they tend to hang out in groups. I forget what they're called. They're called something, but it's a reminder for you with that 11th house. It's time for you to play with others. Aries can be very independent. That's great. It can work to your advantage. But in this case, it's play, interact, engage with other people, because that is lining you up for your divine mission, that new way of using your fire and your initiatory energy for the group, for other people. It's not just about you. And so, dolphin, they're a type of animal where they look out for each other. There is a sense of cooperation amongst them. So dolphin for Aries.
Right. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Let's take a look here. We're going to go now to Taurus. Taurus in the first. So you guys have Aquarius over your 10th house. You may suddenly quit your job, and you may suddenly take a new bold action in work. You may suddenly decide to start a new beginning in your career. Let's say you're in the fashion industry. You suddenly decide to end the way you're doing it. You're not going to do slave labor anymore. I know it makes you uncompetitive in the fashion world, but you just do it anyway. And you find everybody collectively supports that change. And you're like, wow, this is a good way to go. We're going to make change in the fashion industry. We're going to change the way we do this. And we're going to initiate and lead in this department. Go ahead.
Oh, I love that. So we have the eagle for Taurus, and the message is mastery. And it feels to me too, like for Taurus, based on what you were saying too, it's like in your career, being able to see the bird's eye view, the bigger picture, like with your example, Madeleine, of going a different way, but being able to see that choice of doing something different, you're going outside the box, that Aquarius energy is going to be a benefit for all. And yes, the eagle is very supportive to me. It's also liberation, freedom.
Yes. Beautiful. And you know what? The energy of Aquarius is liberation. And we are talking financial liberation. Making these changes, I really encourage people to take these bold changes, because you absolutely will be empowered by the universe and financially rewarded. Trust.
It's a theme.
Yes,
it's a theme.
It's time that we stop walking the wrong way on this planet. I'm a big believer in this Aquarian movement. Gemini, in your 9th house, Aquarius. Whoa, talk about wake ups, waking up. 9th house, bam. Totally ending some rigid way of seeing the world. Suddenly opening up to spiritualism, not seeing it as some sort of weird woo-woo thing, and suddenly seeing it, no, this is actually how we manifest and create changes, is by working with the higher dimensions. Aquarius is the higher dimension. It's the angel. It's represented by the angel in tarot and in astrology. It's symbolized by the angel. And we're going to work with spirit energy. We're going to find spiritual support from the angels here. We're working with the angels. As corny as that sounds, they're there. And they're going to assist us. So, wow, rapid new beliefs to what's possible. Wow, new modern changes, things changing modern wise. Boom, energy in your mind, rigid thoughts, boom, change, go away. Go ahead.
We have the loon, intuitive. So this to me, when you're describing it, you know, ninth house is also higher mind and higher wisdom. Let's just say higher wisdom. And with the loon, it's like you're able to access a higher wisdom. You're able to get out of your head so much and listen to your soul.
Perfect.
And this also feels like to me with Gemini too. Gemini can be very oh, I see your point of view. Oh, but I have this point of view. But I see your point of view. So they're constantly flip-flopping back and forth. And this energy feels like it's going to help them lock in on at least some idea, some aspect of themselves that it's going to become a true belief, a true knowing, and propel them forward in some way, in some area of their life.
You know, they may suddenly wake up to a way they can solve a problem. They may suddenly see, wow, there's a way through, and here's what we're going to do, and they open their mind about the possibilities as well. So yeah, beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to move towards Cancer. Woohoo! You guys in your 8th house. So you know, this is a new moon, so in your 8th house. So wow, that's kind of an interesting one. And it's trining your 4th. So sudden financial liberation around a property or real estate that you own that suddenly explodes in value, or you suddenly see a new way of using your investments, or you know, let's take a look. Let's say, you know, a debt ends, but you're liberated financially through this. So it's possible, you know, you are, I would say it's possible there is a financial crash if you have investments, but then you're able to move your investments over, or because this is a new beginning, and you're breaking through a fear, some sort of opportunity opens up for you to invest. Or you know how to use your money. You have an investment and you're going to use it in a way, some money investment opportunities. You decide to use it in a way that cultivates more money for yourself, but also empowers you to be of service through, in other words, maybe you raise money. You could raise money from outside sources that you then are going to use for a public good, for the good of the people. It's a bit of a tricky one, that one on the new moon there. It could be that I hate to say you lose money, because that's not necessarily something to be afraid of or happen. But with Pluto in your 8th house now, you do want to let go of fear-based. Maybe you put your money to a really good cause that will return to you karmically, financially. Take a risk with some money. Or like me, I have money. Maybe I decide to invest in my property financially. I start to build it. You start to use money in a way that liberates you. Go ahead.
Okay, I feel like I need to read this card because I feel like it sums up the energy that you were accessing and just like having a little trouble like articulating it, because it was all the pieces were there and you did articulate it well, but I think this will sum it up really well. So we have the frog, and the message is prosperity. Ooh. And so what the frog is telling us is let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day or new moon cycle with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you.
Yeah, it could really be a bit of a windfall for Cancers, because I keep getting really good cards for that. So that's nice. I like that.
Feel like that's a good one now, but the key piece though is something you touched on too. And I think this also connects with the 8th house, other people's money. So it could be that you gain some money or that you have to pay money back. So there may be a change in that way. It could be, I mean, it's always positive, but it may not feel positive at first. But so I think some of that energy that might feel a little uncomfortable is that feeling of change and letting go of something that you've been holding on to for a while.
I think I should farm my land because I have really good minerals. I think maybe I farm my land, or I get money loan and I invest in farming my land. I wouldn't farm it myself, but I have really good dirt, you know, really rich dirt A lot of farm food is done on dirt that has no longer real nutrition in it. So
Yeah.
maybe we start growing on other people's properties and stuff where there's a lot of nutrition still in the dirt because it hasn't been stripped through multiple cultivating, or what's the word, agriculture.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think you'll have clarity on that, Madeline,
Yep.
after.
I'm telling you, that river has overflowed that bank over and over and over. So there's a lot of minerals in that dirt. It's rich dirt.
Well, would you have to worry about the flooding once you have the crops there, or is that floodplain change now?
It floods. There are certain seasons that it floods, and you just plant right after flooding season, and then you have
Oh,
about 4 months, 5 months of good growth time.
okay.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Feels cool. All right.
Okay.
Leo.
All right. So let's go to Leo. So you guys have this new relationship, new contracted thing. You come into partnership, you take on a cause, and you bring on new beginnings, and you go forward, and you have collaborative with a contracted partnership, somebody that really assists your destined reason to be here during this period. We're all here for a reason here to change the new earth. It's exciting, it's positive. And so this new beginning comes in. Now it's possible a relationship ends, a contracted relationship ends, or a relationship ends for you, or a relationship changes to a new contracted situation, which is liberating financially and liberating and good for the people. You change the relationship to that, or your spouse or your person, their life radically changes and they take on a cause and you support them. The nodes are assisting your seventh house. It will enable you to collaborate in some kind of positive, liberating for the people, that liberates the people and also financially liberates you. This will be very financially liberating for Leo.
So I'm sitting with this card because I'm feeling into how this relates to this seventh house Aquarius cycle. Because we have the snow leopard and the message is self-reliance. So, I think about Leos tend to be pretty self-reliant. However, they're also,
Cats are usually kind of independent, the cat.
yeah, yeah. So, we have a cat here, so we have that Leo vibe. But what I'm really feeling is, if we have the polarities of energy with Leo. So sometimes Leo can be very confident and self-reliant, but sometimes Leos can be a little codependent. They can lean into their insecurities a little bit and feel like they need validation from other people, confirmation of things. And so this might be a reminder of just, to me, it's not so much relying on yourself, even though that's what the card says. It's almost like a slight variation of that, of self-confidence, of not needing to have somebody else tell you that you're good at something, or not overvaluing yourself either. It's kind of finding that middle ground, not being overly confident, not being underly confident, knowing that you can rely on yourself, and that there are people that can support you, that seventh house there, and Aquarius, collaboration, cooperation. So it's that, sharing the stage perhaps with others as well. That might be a good message for Leo. And, the snow leopard, this is a snow moon. It just definitely feels like, for Leos, coming into a place of trusting yourself, and also not looking to others for outside validation.
Flip of the meaning of this new moon for Leo.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it maybe is just stabilizing, the relationship or a relationship situation stabilizes things for you.
Yes. Yeah, that could be too. Okay, Virgo.
Virgo. So you guys have it in your sixth house. So a health issue could show up. You may have to quit something. If there's any sort of pattern of that you have in your life that you do on a day-to-day that's not good for you, you end it radically. Something shows up. It could be a health issue, or something shows up for your health and you become a messenger for a healthier way of living. But also it could be that you change radically, something occurs in your work that radically changes your work and your day-to-day living. There's a radical change. Again, like let's say the fashion industry is something that comes up. Leo is a very fashion type thing, but
Madeline, I don't know what happened. I can't hear you all of a sudden. Mm-mm. Hold on, let me see.
that's so weird.
Oh, there you go. Now you're back.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that that somehow you're liberated from a frustrating situation or ways of working that are stressful, and you suddenly break free from your work or from a confining situation, and now you can take universally supported new path that's healthier for you, reduces your stress, and is of service. So maybe you take on a cause for more healthy living and you lead the way for healthy living. Again, it's a collaborative thing. So maybe you collaborate in a work industry or something that is better holistically for the planet. You make a move to improve health for people some way, or stress release. A new moon there, you take on a new way of living that is therapeutic. You could start yoga online for people. I mean, something that, because it's a house of new beginnings, collaborating and better health, less frustrations, a new beginning in work. And it's trining the south node and the north node in your 8th and 2nd, which is going to help your finances. So maybe you stop doing something, stop working out of stress space, you start motivating for other ways of working that are more relaxed, and it actually upgrades your finances.
So we have the dog for Virgo. And when I think about dogs, I think of dogs as these loyal companions. And Virgo, they tend to be the loyal companions. They are the ones. And the message here is friend. So we think about Aquarius, 11th house, friends groups, cooperation. And so maybe surrounding yourself with loyal friends, finding people that can be supportive of your day-to-day life, that can help you with your health and your well-being, and surrounding yourself with people that are just as loyal to you as you are to them, which will help your health and well-being and will allow you to be more productive in your day-to-day work life. So
yeah, maybe you quit your job and you end up working with friends around a different thing. You start a new business with friends that's more important and of service, of higher service.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an absolutely an option. So Virgo. All right, Libra.
Okay, Libra. Let's keep going. Libra. Okay, you guys have Aquarius over your 5th house, so creative project. Initiating a new creative project that helps, like let's just say, for instance, you start writing a script for a film that is going to help people wake up or help people feel empowered about their waking up and taking their own independent path, or a message of the new earth, or the Aquarian message of galvanizing people together, but a creative project that you start online, you start writing, or if you're in acting, you decide to create you get a new project, you write with your friends and you act it, and you a lot of Libras are very good looking people, so maybe you maybe you act and you take a role in a film, where you choose a role that is going to be liberating for the people, that's going to for the cause of the good for the people. Or you could get pregnant with a child that's going to help liberate the world, or there are a lot of planets there in your 5th house. What else could that be? Creative projects, entrepreneurial. You take on an entrepreneurial venture that the world needs, like you suddenly take on a way to eradicate, to transport food without using plastic, and you make a lot of money at it. Let's say you are in guitar and you're a creative guitar player, you make a pick that is made out of bamboo, so that we're not using plastic picks anymore. There's lots of ideas, entrepreneurial ideas that we need right now, that people would rather buy than, people are waking up. People are waking up to what we do out of convenience that isn't good for our world. And we are willing to maybe pay $1 more for something that is better for the planet. Hang on one sec.
Mhm. Well, while Madeline goes off screen for a moment, I'm going to share the animal for Libra.
Oh, yeah.
And it is the lion. And the message is higher calling.
Oh, nice.
So when it comes to Libras and their creative projects, what if that project is coming from the higher mind, Aquarius, coming from that for the people, by the people mindset? And you as Librans are tuning into your higher calling and being able to bring that creative idea, that creative project to life. I love your idea about the bamboo picks. I mean, something simple like that. Bamboo is very sustainable. And
we need to do that. It's the amount of picks. I have a guitar player son. The amount of picks I find all over the house and in the washing machine.
Preach. I know. Same thing. I had 4 guitar players in my house. So at one point, and it was constant.
You make a lot of money.
Yes. Yeah. So I love this too when it comes to Libra, because Librans tend to really desire harmony. I mean, not to use the pun of music, but they really desire harmony within their relationship. So there's an energy of that as well for this upcoming.
All right. Now to Scorpio. All right. So Scorpios, you guys have your 4th house. So probably leaving a living situation. That's that theme, Aquarius over your 4th. Moving, sudden radical shift and change out of a living situation, or you change your house, or literally your house falls down. I mean, I hate to be, I'm just covering the bases of the potential here. There's an earthquake, there could be an earthquake. But basically, whatever is faulty structured comes down and a new structure is built, or you initiate you suddenly find the house you're supposed to move into, you suddenly move, you've got a month to do it, go, go, go. This is go energy on this new moon with that square to Uranus. And you suddenly are liberated from a situation or a contract in a living situation and a new, more expansive living or new family. You could get divorced. This is the kind of energy where you suddenly get divorced, and then or if you've been divorced, suddenly your new family comes in. What else? And again, or you suddenly decide to lead the world in eco-living environments or some kind of new beginning at home, working at home, and you take on some sort of new project where you're going to work at home, and it's to help liberate people.
So for Scorpio, we have the hummingbird, and the hummingbird reminds us that there are miracles. So when I feel into this for the 4th house, Aquarius, what comes to me is, 4th house is home, it's living, but it's also mother, ancestry. So what if there are miracles that abound that relate to being able to see the higher purpose around aspects of your ancestry, being able to heal some part of that in some way as you go forward in your life. There will be some, to me, it just feels like something is going to happen. We have that Uranus in on the act. It's a surprise. Something comes in. It's like unexpected and sudden that really shifts the way you think about something related to your family, maybe to your home. The hummingbird is also tasting little bits of things. So, maybe you have to move, but then you go and travel or, experience different places for a little while too. So, a lot of different perspectives.
Uranus is the planet that rules this new moon. So the energy of Uranus is sudden shock out of the blue, Tower card. So all of a sudden you could be liberated from your living situation, or, liberated and you to come home and work from home, or take on a cause from home, or the environment. You take on environmental issue, because the era of Cancer, the age of Cancer, was the beginning of farming. So it could be that you suddenly decide to start farming and growing food at home or something. All right.
All right, Sag.
All right, Sagittarius, this is hitting in your third house, which is a writing project. Sagittarius are often writers. Suddenly you take on a writing project, or you take on a new business that is for the cause, or you write or you start a new website and it's to help a cause and liberate the people more, or you start writing about, because you're waking up, this is a waking up energy, or you suddenly write, you know, things. Sagittarians are sages, they know a lot. So they write things that wakes people up. Their website could suddenly take off. Their social media platform could suddenly take off, or you initiate a new perspective, which is very helpful to people. Information, you could suddenly give a lot of information or have access to information that you communicate, which is really helpful. Or you start a business, a new business, or a writing project. All of that. Communication, writing, third house, communication, talking, you start talking publicly. You get a public platform and you start speaking publicly about, you know, Sagittarians are leaders. It's a fire sign. They're very spiritual. All of that. There you go.
All of that. Okay. So we have
Oh,
the lizard for Sagittarius, regeneration. So when I think about the third house, there's that communication, and communication being a form of potential regeneration. Like you're able to communicate something in a new way to open up a different channel of connection with someone, with like a new connection with your audience, like a new connection with someone in your life. So there's that opportunity, like where maybe you had a project you were working on and you hadn't really been doing much with that. And now you're regenerating the idea of communicating that. I can think of a couple things for you, Madeleine, as a Sag, where that might be a possibility. So yeah, so I feel like with the lizard, and the other thing too with the lizard, is the lizard walks along the earth. It also can climb. They often can climb. So I feel like there's a little bit of that vibe of being very grounded, but also being able to navigate some challenging terrain in order to see a different vantage point, or be able to share something in a way that you haven't been able to before, that actually can reach the people or groups that you're looking to reach. So
I like it. Yeah, and also the third house could be an idea. You get a new idea that takes off. All right.
All right.
Let's go to Capricorn, whizzing along here. Capricorns. Okay, so you've got this energy of Aquarius in your second house. Nice. I would say that your finances could suddenly become very expansive, liberated financially. It's a new moon, so it's the beginning of something. It tends to be seeded, so you may not see the financial results at that point, but it's a pretty good path. It feels very universally supported, but also an old way of earning money could go bye-bye because it's squaring that. So I've had those kinds of lunations in my second house, and like alimony went bye-bye. But then I had another way come in that came in right away. That was extremely, I much preferred to make my own money anyway. So these are much more independent financial beginnings that, again, you know, is liberating. It's going to be good for the people, because at this point, anything we do new that is good to help for the people, for mankind, is going to be very supported by mankind, which means a lot of people supporting it, because Aquarius is the energy of the tribe. The whole tribe supports it. So I would say very auspicious new financial beginnings for Sagittarius. Wait, yeah, it's Capricorn. Capricorn. I can't hear you. Is it me or you?
No, that was me. Sorry. I mute.
Okay,
I mute when I shuffle, so it's not distracting to people who forgot to unmute. Okay. So I've never had this card come out of the deck before, and what I love about this is it's a new one, and it's the pronghorn. I've never even heard of this before. And the message, pronghorn. Yeah. And the message is action. So what this card is saying is that the time is now. There's opportunities available for you. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. Move forward with confidence. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the sea goat for Capricorn.
Yes.
What they're representative of. I think it's just a reminder for them to, keep doing what you do without getting caught up in the feeling that the opportunities aren't there. You're working so hard and nothing is happening. Trust that the opportunities are there, that things are happening. You just, like you were saying, Madeline, you just may not see it quite yet, but there is something is going to reveal itself to you that you're going to put some energy towards, you're going to take some action towards, and it's going to open up a whole new financial way of experiencing life that you don't expect, because we also have Uranus in on the mix. So yeah, I love this for Capricorn.
Yeah, the way these cards are coming out, I really like the energy, even though I do think it might be a bit of a catastrophic experience for situations. But remember, it's stuff that we don't, anything comes down at this, it's for our higher good. So I actually think this is a beautiful new moon, despite the square to Uranus. All right, so now we're going to Aquarius. Well, you guys, what are we going to say? Oops. Aquarius is in your first house, radical, liberating attitude about your life, who you are, new beginnings, waking up, massive waking up, breakthroughs, completely breaking through. You're ruled by Uranus and Saturn. So there's a complete opening up of the mind of the biggest way. Breakthroughs, new identities. Now Uranus is the energy of the oddball, the eccentric. You break through, you become your eccentric, you let your freak flags fly, you liberate yourself. And it's kind of like you're going to meet a kind of a wall there with your ruling planet squaring you there. So there's some sort of wall where you just go, oh, forget it, who cares, breakthrough. You don't care what people think about you. You become liberated yourself. You liberate, your true self comes flying out of its hiding, maybe. So what do you got?
Aquarius got a personal choice animal card. And I was going to draw another one. This came out for another one of the signs a couple chats ago. And I decided to leave this. And so for Aquarians who are watching this, I invite you to close your eyes, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, take a deep breath in, and allow an animal to appear in your mind's eye. And whatever animal that is, trust that that is going to be your ally for this moon cycle. And maybe for this upcoming year for you, since if you have an Aquarius sun, for instance, this will be around the time of your birthday. For those who have an Aquarius moon or an Aquarius ascendant, this is still valuable for you. And it feels to me like whatever animal that is, maybe look them up online and see if you can find some information about them. And you'll know by how you feel when you're reading the different write-ups about it, what that animal is providing for you, what message that animal has for you, and what support you can look for from that animal for this moon cycle and beyond. So for Aquarius, check in with yourself and it's a great practice for all of us.
I like that. I think that's great. Yep. All right. Pisces. So you guys have Saturn in your first house. You're all stepping up to the plate in some way, taking on a responsibility. So you're going to take on a cause. You're going to be very serious about it. Saturn is in your sign, but it also rules this new moon, as well as so does Uranus. So, and this is going to be happening in your 12th house. I love this for you guys. I think there's a rapid shift in your karma. I think you literally break through some kind of major past life block, karmic resistance, fear base of being fully you. It's like a liberating thing. You break through some big karmic block that now enables you to initiate your true, bold, new humanitarian mission in your creative field. Again, you've got to be creative. Your ruler is Jupiter, which is trining, sextiling Saturn on this new moon, liberating you, opening up, letting things flow. And since Saturn is in your first house, you've got Jupiter sextiling Saturn in your first house. It's pretty good, but it could come with a real ego blow. You could fail at something. But then that opens there's an open door. You're not supposed to be going that way. The door is going to open up, and it could be a karmic thing that you're doing that is a repeat karmic security based cycle that you keep doing, and it fails, and it's a real blow to the ego, because Saturn is in your first house, the ego. But the open door that is there, and you see the cause, you see the humanitarian cause involved in this new path, which is your calling, which is your true soul contract, and you don't kind of care anymore. You're just ready to take forward this new liberating path. There
Well, you got the ladybug that brings some luck to the vibes. And the ladybug is a reminder that you don't need to worry. It's that song, don't worry, be happy. That's kind of
indicate that something might happen that worries them, but
yes,
you're not supposed, they've been held back by this worry anyway. So
right. And I think too, with this Aquarian energy, it's a reminder of expanding your view, expanding how you see things. I mean, Pisces, especially in the 12th house. I mean, you're complete, like Madeline said, you're completing some karmic pattern. So being able to see beyond the confines of what you've been looking at for so long, there will be a liberation, Aquarius, that happens for you, and an opportunity for these opportunities to come in, and it will feel like good luck. It will feel very serendipitous after you.
Because Pisces really is a very challenging rising sign to be a Pisces. I mean, it's one of the hardest rising signs. And if they can really flow and have faith and not be in the headspace of worry, it's a tendency for Pisces to do that. So in a way, they may sort of break through that, which I think is very, very good.
Yes. I have my Pisces Pisces ascendant
They're not
God.
easy. Pisces are not easy. I have a rising Pisces sun. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love them, but they're not. When I say you can't push anyone around, but Pisces, it's not that you want to push them around. It's that their resistance is big.
It is big.
So this, I think, is a big resistant blow up.
Good. Let's get it blown up, moved on. So
that's the energy of this new moon.
Yeah. So I guess
just hang in there, everybody, through these bumpy shifts. There are going to be them because we got that eclipse coming up in April, early April.
And again, just take a breath. Know everything is happening for you. I'm going to keep repeating that because we are. Yes, go with the flow. We're being lined up and prepared for the eclipse season. We're constantly being moved onto our destined path. And when we can embrace what's happening and not label it as good or bad, I feel like makes it so much easier. Doesn't make it easy, but it definitely will feel a little bit easier.
My favorite quote, nothing is good nor bad, it is but thinking that makes it so. That is Shakespeare. And we have to change. The world has to change.
Yeah. That's a great quote. I love that quote. That's a beautiful place to wrap. So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you.
I get all these people saying, I watched your video, I really liked it, but I don't see the likes. So give us the like.
Please give us the likes. Yeah. And pop over to, if you're on my page, pop over to Madeline's. If you're on Madeline's, pop back over here. It really helps us both so much.
Just like both of them.
Yes. Yes. And we will see you here in later in February. And we wish you a beautiful moon cycle and beyond. And again, thank you for being here with us.
Bye.
Bye.